Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Grimes, the CEO and founder of the Community Enrichment Project, a youth civic engagement nonprofit based in Washington, D.C. At CEP, we strive to work with young people and empower them to see themselves the way we see them as leaders of today. Today, we're joined by a wonderful youth activist. Her name is Brooke Ellinwood, and she is a representative and a co-organizer of the MCPS for virtual learning movement that just posted a local strike in Maryland on behalf of students all around the area who are concerned about how COVID policies are playing out in the school system right now. So, Brooke, I just want to thank you for joining me today. And
No problem.
yes, this is a wonderful occasion. It's amazing when we can highlight young people who are doing good work on the ground related to social justice in our communities. So I have just a few questions for you. So like I said, there are young people everywhere who are feeling the impact of COVID, and they're planning walkouts. They're planning strikes, sleep-ins, all sorts of different measures to stand up for what they consider injustices in the school system related to COVID. You and your peers recently organized a walkout that involved, if I'm not mistaken, over 1,000 students. Is that right?
That's my estimate.
Okay. So it seems like you all are doing a great job of organizing, planning, getting information out there and resources to other students who have similar concerns, and that's not an easy feat. Can you tell me more about why you and your peers decided to do this, and how did you make it happen?
So to organize our walkout, we contacted peers from several different schools, and if they were on board with what we were doing, we added them to a group chat where we could discuss plans further. We also had a Google form where students could leave us their contact info if they were interested in organizing something for their school. We organized this because we are beyond frustrated with our school system's lack of transparency and lack of regard for our health and safety.
Wonderful. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, and I hate to see anybody in my community suffering, including my own family and neighbors. But it is very inspiring to see people join forces and standing up for what is right. So kudos to you all for getting all of this together so quickly. And I know that technology has advanced to the point where it probably helped a lot. So good job on in using all of those available resources.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. There are other young people, other students in the community, whether it's in DC, Virginia, and other parts around the U.S. who are looking forward to organizing similar protests in the coming weeks. Do you have any advice or any suggestions to those who may have concerns because of potential repercussions they could experience?
Definitely email your administrators. We met with our principals to see if it was possible for us to be excused, and almost, if not all of us, were excused. We created an attendance form so we could email that list to our administrators. It takes a lot of courage to stand up to authority, and everybody who has our unwavered support.
Yeah, that's true. I know it can be kind of, nerve-wracking to do things like this, but when you have a passion, I'm sure it's nothing that will stop you. So, yeah, that was good advice. Much appreciated for that. Now, you all have completed the walkout. It's already happened. In retrospect, are there any kind of tips or best practices you would like to share with young people who, again, are planning these things in future weeks to come?
Before the walkout, the organizers for the MCPS walkout held Zoom meetings where we could discuss plans together and problem solve as a group instead of just your school trying to figure out, because 103 heads are better than 15. So during the walkout, definitely dress for the weather. I can't stress that enough. You don't want to be caught out in 22-degree weather that feels like 18 for as long as you're protesting. So definitely dress for the weather, communicate daily with everybody involved.
Great. Yeah. I would assume it was very cold when you guys were out. I mean, this is winter time, so not only are you brave enough to do this at all, but you are encountering all these winter elements and other, things that are happening. So I think that is great advice to give, very practical advice as well. So in closing, is there anything that you can share with our audience about your specific call to action? How can adult allies, other young people, community members support your efforts? What are next steps? What would you like to share?
So we had so many amazing parents, community members, staff, and other students donate hats, gloves, scarves, blankets, hand warmers to us while we were walking out. So any adult or person who has those extra resources, if you can donate, do it. Students, if you have the ability to protest, do it. Community members, if you have the ability to protest, do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you heard it straight from Brooke, guys. If you have the passion and you have, a good intent, go out and do it. Join with others, organize, protest, stand up for what you feel is right. Stay safe in the process, but just keep your mission and goals in mind. And right now, I just really want to applaud you and your peers, Brooke, for doing just that. So thank you for being inspiration to me and to the rest of the young people at the Community Enrichment Project and those in our communities that support work like what you're doing right now. And we wish you the very best, because we know this is not the end of the movement for you all. So thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.